All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who are the elders of Yasher Allah, and a sincere salutations to all Yuakim, who are preaching this word and believing this word, and to the Akwat, who are believing this word in all truth and in sincerity. Yahweh is the name of the one they ignorantly call God. Yahweh Shai is the name of the one they ignorantly call Jesus. Bahashem is in the name. Rakah is spirit. Kodash is holy. Akyam is brothers. Akwat is sisters. Shalom means peace. And Yasher Allah is Israel in ancient Paleo Hebrew. There's Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 1. And it reads, Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened, and the doors shall be shut in the streets, when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. All right, I want to go into a lesson on this, inspired by, the news of TikTok, and that whole situation, because at a certain point, even though, that whole situation with TikTok could be resolved and they might extend it. But what you see is a lot of so-called influencers, people who make money off of that app, hop on the internet and complain, basically sighing and crying for that their income being taken away from that app being banned. And it made me think about the grinding ceasing as a whole in this society. Most of the people of this earth, particularly in Babylon the Great, which is America, they're not counting on this society being taken down. A lot of people identify themselves by how much money they make, what type of job they have. All right. And when all of those things fail and fall through, you're going to see people's true colors because they never anticipated that that would happen. That's why scriptures talk about it catching them as a thief in the night. All right. The daughters of music being brought low, all of these distractions. People are able to dismiss this truth because they feel like it's never going to happen because they have the luxury of these distractions. They can hop on the internet. They can hop on a game, and pretend like none of this is happening. Like the world around them is not changing. All right. This is Matthew 24 and 37. Whereas the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Because most people aren't looking for the Lord to come back. Most people aren't looking for the society to fall. For brothers that are watching, the thing that happened with TikTok, it don't come to a surprise for brothers. And at the same time, brothers don't get overly excited like it's the end all be all, because we know, how Esau played games, but we know overall through the spirit, according to prophecy, the Lord is going to destroy this society. The Lord say, be ye as pilgrims on the earth. That starts with a mindset. Lord willing, we be a part of that number. Our mindset is that eventually the Lord's going to destroy this. And we hasten to see it happen. Whereas most people, their 5-year, 10-year plan is, they're going to get a promotion at the job. Then they're going to get this house. Then they're going to turn it into a rental. They're going to do all of these different plans. And they're not anticipating on the Lord coming back. All right. And this whole thing with TikTok was just a small, for me through the spirit, just a small window into it, because you see the pride of these people, especially these OnlyFans and these people who make a lot of money on these apps like TikTok. You see them get humbled instantly because a lot of their confidence is tied into their status in this society. Well, when all hell break loose, your status in society don't matter no more. And for a lot of people, that's going to break them. Their hope is set in this place. And when they lose that, they ain't going to have nothing to lean on. Brothers were talking about that at camp on Saturday, that a lot of these Edomites, they have their stock, their hope. All of their hopes and dreams is invested in Trump saving the day. returning that common white privilege that they experienced at one point in time that made America great to them. And they're putting their hope that he's going to be able to turn it around because that's what he sold them on. He sold them on that dream. When they find out that he finessed them, that it's not what they thought it was, they're going to react violently because that was their last hope. Whereas the elect are being established on a hope in Yahweh Shema Shai, to trust in the Lord, man. All right, this is Ephesians 5:15. See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is. All right, and we understand the will of the Lord is to destroy this place, not to keep this place standing forever. So when things like TikTok get taken out, or another pandemic, or any of these things that happen, brothers are watching for these things to happen. And that's why I love this precept, and it's always brought out, it's like a Goldie, a old but gold. This is Isaiah 33:6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. And we read this often, but really think about the gravity of that statement. Because most people are not going to have stability in that time. They're not going to know which way to turn. Because they were never expecting it to happen. Even as small as this TikTok situation is, you see how fragile the mentality of these people are. Especially those who have made enormous amounts of money and built a lifestyle off of an app that Esau can take down overnight. And you're witnessing people humble down, especially these influencers, because, again, a lot of people's confidence is tied into the abundance of possessions. All right, their confidence is tied to the abundance of possessions, whereas the confidence of the elect, Lord willing we be a part of that number, is on Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, this is Luke 12:15, and he said unto them, take heed and beware of covetousness, for a man's life consisteth not in the abundance of the things which he possesseth. But for most people, it's the opposite. Their life consists of what they have and the status that they hold in this society. So when those things fall apart, a lot of people are going to lose. They're going to lose their mind. They're going to lose their mental. All right. And that goes into perplexity. All right. When you go into, I'm not connected to the internet. Let me see if I could put the Wi-Fi on. But when you go into that word perplexity in this verse, it goes into not knowing which way to turn. All right. Not knowing what to do. All right. I want to read it first, Lord willing. And then I want to get it in the blue letter, Lord willing. There's Luke 21:25, and it reads, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring, men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken. All right, now let me see if I can, Lord willing. Bear with me if you can, because I want to bring this out to show the actual perplexity. Because most of these people are going to be perplexed. All right, when these things start to happen, when shit starts to hit the fan in this society, most people are going to be perplexed. They're not going to know which way to turn. All right, they're going to be stuck. All right, let's see. So I'm going to read this one more time. This is Luke 21:25 before I get the actual definition. And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. All right, now let's go to the blue letter. Lord willing, it'll open up. And I want to go to perplexity. And then when you get the actual root word of perplexity, that's when it's going to bring out that edification, Lord willing. Let me see. Bear with me, Baba Kashar. And see, most people, they're not going to have that stability of knowing the will of the Lord, understanding what the will of the Lord is, understanding that all of these things were prophesied aforetime, and how you maneuver through that is based on the gift of faith. Because ultimately, as the scriptures say, the just are going to live by faith. You know, the just, Lord willing, we be a part of that number. The elect don't know exactly what's going to happen to their situation on a personal note. We just have faith, Lord willing, we be a part of that number, that the Lord's going to deliver us no matter what situation or circumstance we find ourselves in. Whereas most people don't have that. They don't have nothing to lean on. So when shit hit the fan for them, they're not going to know which way to turn, because they never anticipated the Lord actually doing this in the earth. They never anticipated the Lord actually judging and bringing down a society, even though it's being told to them. Matter of fact, I want to get that real quick. So this is Habakkuk chapter 1. And I'm going to jump down to verse 5. And it reads, Habakkuk 1 and 5, Behold ye among the heathen, and regard and wonder marvelously, for I will work a work in your days, which ye will not believe, though it be told you. Because the Lord is allowing a warning to go out. But when these things come to pass, as the scriptures talk about the famine of the word, people are going to be looking for answers, and the Lord's going to hide and conceal the prophets, you know, and they're not going to have access to the prophets. They're not going to know which way to turn. And that goes into that perplexity. All right, so let's go to Luke 21 and 25. All right, and I'm going to jump down. I want to read in NLT, and now I'm going to get the definition. I'll close out with this. All right, this is Luke 21 and 25 in the NLT. It says, And there shall be strange signs in the sun, moon, and stars. And here on earth, the nations will be in turmoil, perplexed by the roaring seas and strange tides. All right, now let's go to that word. All right, bear with me. Salakia, bear with me. Satan, man. All right, so it's Luke 21 and 25. All right, and it's the Greek word for perplexity. It says G640 aporeia. It says the state of one who is in perplexity. Now, when you go into this root word, G639, this is the point. G639, it says to be without resources, to be in straits, to be left wanting, to be embarrassed, to be in doubt, not to know which way to turn. And that's why scriptures say knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy times. Fragile people's mindsets are, because they're so used to these comforts. They're so used to things standing as they are to this day that they don't have an anticipation of things changing. You know, that normalcy bias. Since everything has been normal in their reality, they think it's going to continue forever. And that's just not the case. All right, so Lord willing, this is edifying with that. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who are the elders of Yasha Allah, and a sincere salutation to all you Akim, who are preaching this word and believing this word, and to the Akwath, who are believing this word in all truth and in sincerity. Shalom.